Hi everybody, my name is Isa and this is Moody Eye Makeup channel. Today I'm gonna talk about my favorite summer liquid and cream blushes. But before we start, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel because in that way you support me and my channel. Now let's start. I'm gonna start with the familiar one, the Rare Beauty liquid blush, and this one is in the shade Happy. I have it in a mini version and I'm so glad I bought it in a mini. This is such a warm pink. You can see it right here. This one goes a long way, so you don't need to use a lot. That would be even too much for both cheeks probably. This is actually a little bit dewy, but like for me, for my dry skin, I even wouldn't describe this as a dewy blush, but more as like a normal blush. But if you have more oily skin, this is a dewy blush for you for sure, especially liquid blushes. I would really suggest applying them first on your hand and then on your cheeks. I'm recommending the smaller version of these because you get so much inside. These are so pigmented, and then you can buy maybe 2 or 3 shades instead of one. Such a travel-friendly product if you think of it. Like if you go traveling, this will literally take no space. Now let's go to the drugstore. Essence Baby God Blush liquid blush. This is in the shade Dusty Rose. You can see that it has this kind of a sponge on top. It kind of mimics the one from Charlotte Tilbury. I don't know, this is like a dusty rose, but for me, I mean, this is more kind of a dusty corally shade, and I think it's one of the prettiest shades if you want to use it as a sunburn type of look. You can see that it's quite corally. Yeah, I wouldn't describe this as a rosy shade at all. Like, this is more of a thick consistency in comparison to the Happy from Rare Beauty. But yeah, in comparison, the Happy looks a little bit more dewy than this one. It's not a bad blush at all. It's quite a good one. Like, for the price, this is quite good. Now, let's go for Fenty Beauty, a classic one, cream blush in the shade Petal Poppin. For me, this is such a trusty product. Creamy, but it's not dewy in my opinion. It has like a natural finish, but it's a perfect pink. Yeah, it's nothing like really special about it, but it kind of works really beautifully. I'm loving this one with the next one that I'm going to show you. It's one of my favorite combinations from the blush section, and it's Forever Glow Maximizer in the shade Pink. I know this is not a blush, but I'm kinda bringing those in-betweeners, you know, that are in between blush and highlighter here in this video because this is a trend right now. These two together are like a dream in heaven. This is like one of the best liquid highlighters slash, I would say, blushes because this blends like a dream. But maybe I can show you the combo of these two because it's just incredible. You can see it right here. I love these two together so much. Then let's move on to the affordable one. It's MUA Makeup Academy blushed liquid cream blush in the shade Misty Rose. This is too corally for me, but like you get quite a lot in this little packaging, but at the same time it goes so far, and you're going to see it right now. It's like a really bright corally shade, but you can see I could still blend it out. I really love it that it's not too orangey, that it has that pink undertone, but still it's too corally. Sometimes like those more kind of orangey corally shades don't suit me, so I need to pair it well with other shades. It's a dewy liquid blush. It's one of the best if you ask me, but it's I don't know, it's like it's so inexpensive. It's crazy, but if you have dry skin you will love this one. It's a really good product. Tower 28, like one of my favorite formulas, but not when it's super hot because it's more thick. I like this formula mostly in a winter time, but it's almost the same shade, but this one is just a little bit more pigmented and a little bit thicker. But yeah, it's almost like the same. Woohoo! I kind of found a dupe, but not really. But yeah, it's super dewy. I would say it's thick, but if you have dry skin, you will appreciate this one. I'm just saying. My hand, it's super, super dirty now. The next one, again from Essence. I know this is not strictly like a creamy blush, but it's, you know, one of those bouncy blushes. For me, this is almost like a cream. It's in between, I would say, cream and a powder blush. This was actually last year's limited edition, but I saw that they released some new bouncy blushes this year with new limited editions, so you can check it out because they are quite nice. And this is a coral for me. This is such a pretty shade because it has a little bit more pink. You know, you can see the difference. This is way more orangey than this one. I hope you can see how well this, like how smooth this looks. Yeah, I know this is like strictly powder blush, I believe, but for me this is somewhere in between. Like when you touch it, when you apply it, it feels like something in between. So yeah, I'm kind of breaking my own rules, but you know, I like to break some rules. This is a Mickey limited edition and the shade is Never Grow Up. Totally agreeing with that. The next corally blush is actually from Giorgio Armani, Luminous Silk Cheek Tint it's called. And yeah, it's way too orangey for me. But it's such a pretty shade. It's super, super light. It's not crazy pigmented, but that's usually the case with more high-end products because it's actually a little bit easier to then blend out, and because you can reapply it and you can build it up if you want to, and in that way you won't get that like really patchy cheeks. For my skin, it's a little bit too dry, so I need to pair it with with the next product that it's my next one of the best combinations ever, blush combinations, and it's also from Giorgio Armani, Fluid Sheer Glow Enhancer, and it's the pink one. It has a pump actually. I don't have space on my such a very like brightening pink highlighter, so you can see the difference. This is the one from Dior and this is the one from Armani. I would say for more natural everyday, I would go for Dior Maximizer Glow Enhancer, something like that. Forever Glow Maximizer. But this one, it's for a little bit of something more because the glitters are a little bit bigger inside, but because of that you get that like crazy shine, which actually looks really, really wet, and I absolutely love that look. So the combo of these two is one of the best combinations. I have it on right now. Like, this is also a great tip if you buy shade that doesn't match you like really, really on point, then you can like mix it with some other shades and you get your perfect match that you can't actually get in any other product. So yeah, the next liquid blush that I absolutely need to hype, it's from Say Liquid Blush in the shade Baby. This is a dewy blush. And the only thing is that I don't like the packaging because the oils are always like coming through and it's always a little bit like oily. The shade is like a cool tone pink, like a bubblegum pink. You can see it right here. So if you are searching for a really nice cool tone pink, this is it. You need to try this one for sure. I'm going to apply it on my face, on top of what I already have. I just love this blush. It's so unique. And have you heard about blush blindness? Is when you apply way too much and you think it's a perfect amount, but then the others can see that you just applied so much blush, and then maybe when you're out and about, you see yourself in a mirror and you're just like, I really overdid it. But you cannot see it when you're applying it. because it just looks so good. I'm totally blush blind. I totally forgot I have one more. And this is a perfect summer cream blush in my opinion. It's the one from Milani. And it's in the shade Coral Crush. Isn't this the most summery blush ever? It's like a watermelon. And I actually really like this cream formula because it's super juicy. It's very blendable. I like it a lot. I just think if this doesn't scream summer to you, then I don't know what does, you know. Okay, so my hand is totally looking watercolory beautiful, an abstract watercolor piece. But my favorite formula right now for this heat in a summertime is the one from Say, because even though that it's dewy, it's not as dewy as Milani one, for example, or the Tower 28, but all of these more kind of more pigmented, more long-lasting blushes are still not blendable enough for me because I have dry skin and it sticks right away on my face, and it can be a little bit patchy if I'm not careful. But that's just my skin condition, which is like, yeah, it's ridiculous, but yeah. Hey ho. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like it and to subscribe to my channel. Yep, have a lovely day and see you in my next video. Bye.